Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to episode 3 of Shadow Home. We're establishing ourselves quite well. In the previous episodes, we have built a base camp, put a roof on it, we are right in the process of doing so, to keep off the thieving birds. Below this little corridor, we got our current, settlement. I really gotta say, it is really the current settlement. We do, though, build the city over here. I've done my preparations, and I have been... I had a few ideas. So, first off, we're going to continue building the city here. This area is going to be, let's say, this floor here is going to be trade and other official things. When you go downstairs, we're going to go for the crafting areas, and upstairs will be the civil areas where people will live at, and the throne room eventually, all those things. And I figured, as the crown jewel of this entire thing, we're going to make a cavern, a shaft, which everybody can look into. We're probably going to garner it with windows and stuff. Basically a artificial drop. That's my idea here. So I want to use my knowledge of the past, because I've made quite some experiences with doing stuff like that with my previous city. So let's hope that this knowledge will transport. So first off, got to excavate there a little bit. And the other thing that's really up my mind is we desperately need some place where we can dig deep. Because we need wood. In the current situation, there is no wood for us to find ever. We're living in the middle of the mountains. Technically, the game wouldn't even let us to settle down here without the help of DFHack overriding these things. It's a really nifty little tool. Because I personally think it's nonsense to not let the player go into their doom, or build a mountain home in the mountains. I mean, seriously. What's the phrase even good for? So, we're going to excavate this here, as I won't be going further upstairs, as this stairwell must end here. It's okay, it's pretty cool. Alrighty. So, I'm starting here, as we will have to set up the foundation for this whole construction on the topmost layer, because I want to start digging from the top to below, and I want to try if this will be making things easier than the last time, because I gotta say I made it very unnecessarily complicated the last time, in my humble opinion. There we go. The axe dwarf bites the Kea into the leg. And an artery has been opened by the attack. So you see, that's no half-measure bite. That's a military-grade bite. I love these guys. He bit his head off. Shoosh. What a freak. I guess somebody tries to impress his military superior. Reading those combat logs sometimes is flippin' hilarious. Why did he bite the Kea? Anyways. So this corridor here is going to be the entrance to our quarrying spot. So I'm going to get myself a little bit of a safety net here. Personally like to do so, especially since we don't know what we're getting ourselves into. So there's another Kea that just got beheaded by proper military action. Yeah, that's what you get. That's why we have soldiers here, right next to our workshops. We're no amateurs here. Somebody got stranded. Ugh. I hate it when that happens. Oh, wait a sec. I'm going to move that one onto the... No, that one. Alright, we're gonna help you. I mean, I could just build a ramp on the other side too. But, I don't wanna. Instead, we're going to build that little connector here. It's the worst thing. It's cheaper. With the help of these tools, it is also a lot easier than it ever was. I really do like that. Okay, so this is, let's see, how far upstairs are we going to go? I think this, one more level we need to go. This is then going to be the highest level that this fort will rise. If there will be something higher, it will be probably Throne Hall or something like that, but I can design this hallway from this layer on. I think this is just where we want to be. Okay. So, stranded people rescued. Good job. Alright, but I think I will be leaving the preparational work for now, just like that. I think we have more pressing matters at hand. Currently, I think one of the most pressing matters at hand should be for us to make sure that we gain access to iron and to wood somehow. Because without these resources, we're going to have a lot of trouble to keep our fortress safe. I don't want to protect this place just with stonefall traps. This is this is really no gracious way of defending a mountain home. Nah, not. Alright, some more Shorl. We know that one from Steel Forest. Steel Forest had a lot of Shorl too. And I'm going to dig there this way here too, as an alternative. Wait a sec, you're not allowed to mine like that. As an alternative direction for our quarrying ops. I've made the experience that it really pays off to have two different directions to work towards too. Yeah, I love this. Before DFHack had this feature, you weren't able to force jobs like that. You've had to wait until somebody feels like picking up the job. I'm so flippin' happy that this is no longer the case. This was really no fun. Not gonna lie. So, let's force a door, because I really want to protect my men. When we go on quarrying, it should be happening with a way that no troglodytes can pour into the fortress. This is oddly specific because exactly that happened, I think, in the last fortress. Or the fortress before, I can't remember anymore, but I had a sudden early game influx of troglodytes into my fort once, and it was no joke. Really led to a lot of bloodshed. I mean, troglodytes are not too dangerous and whatnot, but yeah. What's that? Mountain Avon buds. Looks to me like there's some neat little flowers. I've never settled in the mountains before. It's the first time for me. There we go. At least the blocks for the roof are almost done. Oh, this is more than overdue. That's Todd. I know that guy. So, I love to see here from the Emerald Gorge. That's been my second fort. Friendship Fort for the humans. Good times. And yeah, that's been that. Guild of Handling. No, that's been Tame Wild. Lens of Rewarding and Bandit Urn. I can't remember anymore because I randomly generated those names. They don't stick to the back of my mind like the others do. So yeah, we're digging out lots of Shorl, but apart from that, nothing much to write home about. But that's okay. So our workshop shed is almost done. Good job on you, friends. Still bothers me a little bit that Ast does need to go for military biting techniques because she doesn't have any proper weapons. You know, I'm making jokes on her, on her fighting style, but I'm not giving her a weapon either. So she's turning into a legendary wrestler if this goes on like that. Well, why not? Unarmed special forces or something like that. Okay, so I think I finally made it. Yep. I finally made it. So there's church, but we're just going to go 10 stairs down. For starters. Just want to know, is there something for us to pick up or not? There comes church, lots of it, as it seems. That's quite some layers. Shale. First change of rock here. And damp stone located. Huh. I did not expect to hit aquifer here sometime soon, but here we are. Aquifer. Luckily not a heavy one. Alright, let's smooth that. So that means we got here a shale territory, a chert territory. So let's start cartographing these layers a little bit. That ain't the caverns yet, obviously. But it still gives me an opportunity to probe a little bit what's down below. I'll give them the time to do so. With the current population, the 7 beds we got, well, it might be a little bit of an inconvenience to not have your own room to sleep in, but, you know, life could be worse. No beds at all, for example. Alright. And over here, we're going to make the same impromptu construction thing happen. Just like that. Priority. There we go. And this way, I'll be able to at least find out if on the first probing, we're going to find probably a local gemstone type. Probably even an ore. We'll see about that. With extreme luck, we might be even probing the caverns. Who knows? I've seen a lot of things happen every now and then. Okay. The lack of automation disturbs me. We're on episode 3, yet still I am not really featuring much automation in my fort. I mean, the most important things are together. I think I'm a little bit mean to my early game irrigation system here, which feeds the entire fort very, very nicely. But apart from that, well, we don't have any furnitures automated. I am handcrafting each freaking door. You know, those things. That's not exactly what I like to see. But whatever. We're training our miners. Their skill initially is really not that much to write home about. Luckily, they turn legendary quite quickly, especially in situations and environments like these here. But yeah, let's see if we can find something to talk about there. I somehow doubt it, but well, let's keep up our hopes. Currently, I'm wondering whether or not I should raise the walls already or not. It's a little bit difficult on my end to organize my jobs right now. But I think the most pressing matter, after we're done with our probing session here, will be to find the lower levels of the caverns. Get access to wood as fast as possible. I admit that with all my probing efforts here, my hope is that we might be finding some coal, lignite, something like that. This would be such a game changer for us. Would be so good, well off all of a sudden if we'd be finding fuel boulders. would be amazing. But I somehow expect that we are going to dig down to the magma layers, craft ourselves a couple of mine cards, and get the job done via magma workshops. I think this is what's going to happen here. But one thing at a time. Currently, we're making such slowpoke progress in the mining efforts. This is 100 FPS. They're digging so slow. But yeah. I'm used to legendary miners though. It's also a little bit unfair to compare. So here's where things get really interesting. Shale. That's much deeper than we've been down before. Compare that to where we're building currently. It's 7 levels or such. Alright. Let's see what that'll do. Meanwhile, we're getting this stuff done here. I'm unhappy with my population. 11 people are just not getting too much done, and 2 of these 11 are fighting all day long. And they're doing well so. I haven't had any reports of people being harassed by chaos in this run so far, even though they kept spawning twice already. So I think we're doing well on that. They'll stay. They'll turn into absolute monsters before this is all over, and that's going to be really good. So we've struck rock crystal. Well, at least something, I dare say. If I remember correctly, rock crystal had a... wasn't that the one that you can make some special glass out of? Vaguely remembered that there was one gemstone type that was needed for a glass production of a certain sort, but I forgot which one. Anyways, let's dig deeper. We've been probing. It's not been too exciting at all, so we're going to dig downstairs. These areas here we're going to use for the sake of fetching building materials one day, maybe for the sake of gemstones, but I somehow even doubt that. Come on, guys. I want this to be done today. I want to breach through that aquifer as quick as possible. There we go. Smoothing out the walls stops the water from leaking, but I'm pretty sure you already knew that. If not, I'm happy to have informed you. So this way we're now keeping our feet dry while digging deeper and deeper. That's all conglomerate. I mean, the good part about that is a triple layer light aquifer also brings the option of underground fishing. I can already envision a underground fishing lake like this. Let's see how much deeper it'll go. That's definitely another layer. Oh, boy, oh boy. That's one big aquifer. Thikut the Scholar. Okay. I vaguely remember that name too. Page-webbed. Yeah. Wasn't that one of my very first fortresses? Huh. So, no relations with anybody here on the fort, though. Blank slate of paper. Anyways, let's get this job done. Let's go for damp dig settings because I'm tired of double tapping all my jobs. All right. Yeah, so this pretty much demands to be turned into a fishing pond. I always meant to try that, and I never succeeded at that. Well, I never tried it, actually, really, for real, after I learned how all the things here work. Dwarf Fortress can be quite intimidating at first, but believe me when I say it is a tameable beast. Most of the difficulties of the game are honestly founded in bugs and things that need to be ironed out. So here things get interesting. Here we have only a partial impact anymore. Oh my! Oh. So banded agate. This conglomerate layer yields even pretty valuable gemstone. Shucks, because we don't want to dig out too much there. Anyways, it's an interesting take. If your fort does not have any wood natively, and you need to work your way towards that as one of the very, very first priorities, because that means we don't get to build much civil complex. No beds, no bedrooms, and no logs, no beds. It's simple like that. Until we've breached through this thing here, we'll be unable to get anywhere. So, next layer, sandstone. That is one flippin' deep aquifer. I've rarely seen them that vicious. It's interesting to see that here, in this area, it seems as if there is a slight digression from the aquiferous thing, but here just proceeds to be annoying. Ugh, oh boy. I wish I had more workers, but well, it is what it is, I can only say. I mean, the good thing is they turn into better stone cutters when they're smoothing areas. And stone cutting is a very, very highly requested job in all of my fortresses because I tend to build with lots of blocks. Well, surprise. Oh, shoot. It's another layer. So let's count it for once. 2, 3, 4, 5. 9 layers and counting. That's one hell of an aquifer. Flippin' hate that thing. But on the other hand, like I said, right now I might be a little bit cussing because we're short on workers and therefore the task is taking forever. But this is also really, really good for us. Like I said, 10 layers of artificial water. We're gonna have some fun with that. So there's the water, besides the brook. We could even make a majestic city now out of that, which is really, really cool. So we can finally go one layer more downstairs, and that should be finally where we're leaving Aquiferia. There we go. Yeah, by now, these guys really have to walk quite far to get there. Why are we by 13 people, at 13 people by now? Ah, babies! There's families growing here. So we have left the aquiferous areas, so let's dig deep and dig greedily. That's marble, men. Marble is a wonderful material to work with. It's valuable, it's white, and it's a flux stone. And here we are finding the next aquiferous layer already. Well, seems like there's more water below the mountain than we originally anticipated. But mostly I wanted to know... banded gates are not really worth much. I mistook them for something more valuable. Alright, never mind me then. These can stay in the walls down there below. Whoa. This is getting more complicated than expected, and I'm already happy that we have a second drill hole, so to speak. Migrants! Bless our muck. we have new people arriving. Another miner, which is more than welcome. 2 miners, actually. Perfect. They've heard the call, I guess. A diagnostician and a 3rd miner, even. Carpenter, animal trainer, and stonecrafter. Happy to see each and every one of them. A wood burner, yeah. You're gonna have a lot to work here as well, until we have the magma workshop going. All right, that's excellent. We have so many people now that can do mining. Look at this list. I just don't know if we have enough pickaxes for that, but well, we'll see about that. For now, we're going to get ourselves a hotkey on this area here, because I really want to make sure that we can find that if we need it. All right. So our initial probing effort looks quite good, but we didn't uncover anything so far. So once all that is done, my next step... well, let's delete that. No, let's not delete it. If I want to find something, I should have a proper sample size. After that, we're going to go downstairs 10 more levels and see if we can't finally find some caverns. One of my very first things that I want to do is I want to wall off an area, which we then take under control properly. Won't be easy, though. Won't be easy, I guess. The FPS is breaking again. There's a new flock of Kea immigrating. It's so hilarious that I can already notice that they are coming. Okay, 10 layers down, a little bit staggered, so we can seal it off if we totally ruin ourselves. I like to have always a safety leash of sorts, you know. And there's more Kea Bloodsport, but I'm going to tune out on that. We had that already in the early game of today's episode, or the early phase of today's episode. There's quartzite, alright. New layer, new fun. Schist, alright. Seen these compositions before. So we're going to dig deep into the quartzite. And of course, dig deep into the schist. Obviously. And then we'll see what we're going to uncover or not. I mean, at the very least, we now know what kind of stone we're working with, and that is already very, very valuable. We also see that this this thing here is quite a big deal. Look, it's going even through these layers here. That comes off quite unexpected to me, but it is what it is, obviously. And as it stands right now, I think my military will have a substantial amount of Kea kills before this story is over. I love it. I think what we have right here on the surface right now, this entrance there where my soldiers are fighting at, I think this is already something that will stay. I just had a feeling as if it would be a really, really cool idea to have our military stationed at the entrance of the gatehouse. Just right off the bat. No false ideas here, just good old gatehouse action with dudes that want to kill you if you start coming too close to the fort. Just as it should be, right? The animal trainer is fighting. So there's the first person being harassed by Keas, who's not a soldier. So my probing efforts are mostly being cancelled by... Who would have thought? Or Aquifer's Rock. I didn't expect to be fighting so much against damp rock down here. But here comes Dwarf Fortress around the corner again and tells you, this mountain is not what you thought it would be. Seriously though, the terrain generation of this game is majestic in that end, as it is really always a lot of fun to see how your plans get foiled eventually by just the terrain itself. There we go. Very interesting what we found there. Makes me kind of hope that on the other end of the quarrying area, we might be getting a little bit less problematic areas, but we don't know. We'll see about that. The only thing I do know is that it is time to say thanks for watching yet again. So my friends, let's see what we're going to turn up next episode. Definitely more Dead K as it stands. And yeah, feel free to drop me your comments, leave a like, leave a subscribe. You know how it works. I'm always happy if you do so. And in the description box below, there's now 6 fortresses in this world that you can watch. So feel free to knock yourself out. And of course, feel free to support the channel financially. There's a couple of links down there. You can also become a YouTube member and get early access to all the stuff that I pre-record. I do release daily though, so no hidden paywalls here, not my style. And yeah, thanks again for supporting if you do so, and thanks for being around until the very end when the Hematite showed up. See you all next time. Bye bye.